then that was your moment of enough is enough.
Yeah.
And so what decision did you make? What did you say to yourself?
I said that I needed to do something. I needed to take some sort of action. And I didn't know what to do. Because had I known, I would have already done it. I mean, but I wasn't put on earth to figure out what my career was. I just had to fall into this. So I contacted you.
Yeah.
But the point being is I contacted somebody who could help me, right? I took a step to say, I need to fix this, and let me seek out some information or a person or something who can help me make this process start.
Now, was that a hard thing? I find that a lot of people think reaching out for help is a sign of weakness. Did it feel that way to you?
Well, it didn't, but maybe I felt just so desperate that that never would have occurred to me. But I guess I just felt like something had to happen. Like I needed to do something.
Yeah.
I had to take some sort of action because what I was doing was not working.
Yeah.
And so I guess it didn't occur to me to feel that it was out of place.
So the main thing that you got in touch with was that you needed to be stimulated through other people.
Yeah, that was definitely the thing that I think that was kind of the signal that I was getting from the outside that I was responding to, was that I need to be involved in some sort of work where I can have some sort of meaningful interaction with other people, and specifically not sit in front of a computer all day and not sit by myself all day and not listen to talk radio all day as my only friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's, and if that works for somebody, that's great. But for me, that's very just incompatible with how I want to live.
Now, what I remember, though, when you came to me was you didn't feel that what you had done could translate into anything new. You saw yourself as a computer person.
Right.
And so how did you shift in your thinking? Talk to me about what happened, what transformation happened for you.
Well, I can see now that the set of skills that I had at the time was very compatible with doing a completely different career. But I think that there are some aspects of my life or my career life that can translate from one career to another. Just basic business abilities, like being able to talk to people, or being able to write, or being able to problem solve, for instance. Those are the same if you work in a fast food restaurant, or if you work as a CEO, or if you work anywhere. Those abilities still need to be present if you're going to do those jobs successfully.
Yeah.
And I guess through my work with you, I was able to maybe pull those out, and to see them clearly as separate things that were outside
skills,
of that were outside of a specific job.
Yeah. Now, the other thing, when we began talking about what you cared about and what mattered to you most, and I think this was where the light bulb really started to go off for you.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about what it was that you. No, when I said, well, what do you care about? What matters to you? And then how that now is translated into where you've gone.
I have a very specific thought about this that kind of is above and beyond what I in particular enjoy doing. And that's that I would do a lot of jobs, or I would consider a lot of careers or a lot of jobs because I could do them. And it took me a while to realize that being able to do something doesn't mean that you should do it. In other words, I knew I'm a reasonably intelligent person, and I have decent people skills, and I can do a lot of things. But being able, just because I can do them doesn't mean I should do them. In fact, there are a lot of things that I can do that are completely wrong for me, like computer programming, like being a marketing communications coordinator, like all the other things that I have done in my life prior to making a career change. I did all of them, but none of them were really appropriate for me. And so that was a big thing to realize, was that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. We had identified through the work that I was doing with you that nutrition and health were very important to me.
Right.
And I had, like I said previously, I gained a lot of weight during that period when I wasn't working a job that I had enjoyed, and I kind of came to realize that I enjoy exercise and I enjoy nutrition and cooking and meditation and learning how to
Alternative health.
sure, like the stress relief and
Right.
yoga and those
Right.
different sort of things, and that kind of became the universe in which I
Yeah.
wanted to work.
And I remember it was almost as if the world opened to you when you realized that I could do something in that area, even though I have no training
Right.
at the moment anyway.
Right.
And I don't know what training, but you all of a sudden you shifted to this person who could see the possibilities. It was as if this burden had unlifted
Yeah.
from you.
Well, what it was is, I finally realized that there was no reason that I couldn't do those jobs when I was perfectly capable of doing things that I wasn't well suited for at all. I mean, if I could do jobs I shouldn't be doing, then why couldn't I do a job that I should
Yeah,
be doing? You know?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it didn't make
Right.
it. Why I was working with that
Right.
logical disconnect, I don't know, but.
And I remember asking you the question, so what do you need to do to feel comfortable going towards that? Stay tuned for how this turns out.